We are ready, Rohan.
Yeah. So the so fast and we can increase our intention and our desire to get devotional service. So in the Ras Leela, Krishna is known as Gopinath. Just I mentioned before, this is fast is like a very dear to our Gopinath. So before that, Sri Krishna Kaviraj Goswami, he also did the invocation prayers when he started Chaitanya Charitamrita. In that, he gave prayers, like customized prayers, I can say, for each and every Thakurs of Vrindavan, like Shri Shri Radha Govindji, Madan Mohanji, and for Gopinath Ji. So this is a prayer we can do before the Sharatani Maharaj. So I will decide first and then we can do. Shriman Rasa Rasambihi
Sriman Rasarasami
Vamshi Vata Tata Sita
Vamshi Varatasita
Karshan Venu Swami Gopi
Karshan Venu Swami Gopi
Gopinath Shri Sunaha
Gopinatha Shri Sunaha
Translation altogether please. Shri Srila Gopinath, who originated the transcendental love of Rasa, stands on the shore of Vamshi and recognize the stream of flower dancers with the sound of his celebrated hymn. May they all come near upon us as so in the just like starting the Chaitanya Charitamrita also, Krishna Swaraj Goswami is asking for the benediction of Gopinath so that he can start all the pastimes of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And the same way here, we are also taking blessings of Gopinath just by hearing, just by reciting the prayer of Krishna Swaraj Goswami. And this photo's credit goes to Jim. He took this picture on the day of Janmashtami.
Yeah.
So I mentioned earlier that before doing the Krishna does the pasta, he sets the mood with the help of Yoga Maya. So he starts with a very nice like how description of Sharat Purnima is. Right?
When Krishna saw the full moon night of the Sharath season decorated with various seasonal flowers, especially the malika flowers, which are very fragrant, he remembered the gopis' prayers to goddess Katyayani when they prayed for Krishna to be their husband. He thought that the full moon night of the Sharath season was just suitable for a nice dance, so they desired to have Krishna as their husband would be then fulfillable.
So in this Shukdev Goswami in the first two verses, like we mentioned, like how is just the sets the mood, like how was the ambience, how was the atmosphere at that night. And I took this from the like you can say KP. So whenever you say KP means Krishna, and it is mentioned that why Krishna. There are three reasons why Raslila happened. First, Krishna wanted to please gopis. Gopis wanted to please Krishna, and third, Krishna wanted to show us how lust can be is not the one like Krishna is not controlled by lust. Lust is controlled by Krishna. So Krishna is also known as Madan Mohan. So it means he is the one who can enchain the cupid. So here it is mentioned that he wanted to remember the prayers of goddess Katyayani. Like they prayed Krishna to be their husband. So Krishna said like this is a very nice day and very nice chance that I can fulfill my desires to be their husband. And in that way, Krishna does the pastime, and after that, Krishna did something. The two played their started task. Krishna played upon his passion at Kamsa and the Yamuna river in Vrindavan and called the gopis to dance. Their only desire was to please Krishna, fulfill his desires and make him happy. They all went to him. Not with the aim of fulfilling any selfish desire of their own, but with the sole aim of fulfilling Krishna's passion desire to dance with them. Yes. So Krishna didn't use any WhatsApp. He didn't put any WhatsApp group or anything, so that he can just send Hare Krishna, please come to this place at 10. Please do the Krishna. He just uses transcendental flute at Vamshivat. Vamshivat is a place where he plays the flute most of the time. And he asks all the gopis to come. So just by playing his flute or just by hearing his flute, each and every gopi ran to Krishna. And it was not like that they were just ready and like when Krishna is calling us, it was not like that. Some it is mentioned in the what previous verses and next verses is mentioned that gopis were some gopis were feeding their husbands, fathers, some gopis were milking cows, some gopis were doing some household chores, and some gopis were preparing their clothes for tomorrow like that. So when they just heard the flute of Krishna, they just ran. And such is the like tendency to serve Krishna. So please, it is mentioned here. And so in the same way, you can say that we should also have the same type of desire to serve Krishna. Like we should leave everything and just go to serve Krishna like that. And that is a very nice example. Like today is the disappearance of Jaina. He also is a servant and disciple of Sri Rohan, and he did the whole like Rath Yatra, the very first Rath Yatra in San Francisco, and he made and he did all the like very nice activities, and he was very humble at that. Like Sri Prabhupada used to come to San Francisco, and he used to ask like, "Where is Jayanand? Where is Jayanand?" So Jayanand, everyone was saying that Jayanand Prabhu is upstairs in the balcony, is fixing the TV tower. So it was like that. He was so humble. He was doing so many services at the same time. And in the same way, we should also serve Krishna. And you might be thinking that Shukdev Goswami started the Rajnas just after like over the Leela happened and everything. So we knew that the crowd was big, like the when Shukdev Goswami was speaking, there were so many in the crowd. Like Parikshit Maharaj was there, but there are other sages also. But when he saw Parikshit Maharaj saw some sages, like they were doing some awkward pieces. When they heard the glories of gopis, like sages will be like, yeah, we are doing every chanting, we are doing all the yajnas, but why is he glorifying gopis? Then Shukdev Goswami asked a question just for the welfare of all the sages who were present. Parikshit Maharaj asked a question. Text 12, Shri Parikshit Maharaj said, "O sage, the gopis knew Krishna only as the lover, not as the supreme absolute truth. So how could these girls, their minds caught up in the waves of the moods of nature, free themselves from material attachment?" Text 13, Chukdev Goswami said, "This point was explained to you previously. Since even Shishupala, who hated Krishna, achieved perfection, then what to speak of the Lord's dear devotees? O King, the Supreme Lord is inexhaustible and immeasurable, and he is untouched by the material moods because he is their controller. His personal appearance in this world is meant for bestowing the highest benefit on humanity." Yeah. So Parikshit Maharaj asked question like gopis they knew Krishna only as their supreme lover, not like a supreme personality of God. So they asked like how gopis their mind caught up in the waves of this fluid because Krishna took the mind. We can say like he like in the morning in Mahaprabhu sang very nice version. It was mentioned like Mohan Vamshi Vihan. Like just Mohan is like who the one who can just take your mind like that and just by his flute. So in that way, Krishna took all the like minds of all the gopis so that they don't think at the ending second one. And in that way, they just went to Krishna. But Parishit Maharaj asked like why they are like that. So Parishit Goswami was like in his peak of his success. He was not thinking of that. He was just closing his eyes. He was just narrating his pastime. And like in the same like sometimes in our school when our teacher is like giving a very like important session like some like he's explaining some topics like important topics. So whenever a student is asking the same like in between like, "Arey sir, that is something is missing here." So he said like, this was taught previously. Why are you asking this same question? He didn't realize that he's asking for others, not for himself. So he was in this section, so he just like this was explained to you why asking again. And then he said that even Shishupal was giving like he did 100 offenses in the whole assembly. But still Krishna he took him and he gave him liberation. Just like he just like I can say he just merged into Krishna. And the same way it is mentioned that Krishna is supreme and immeasurable, and he's so merciful that even Shishupal who was hated, even Putna, who just came like a mother, who just came as a demon, but just like she had a little bit power of a mother. He gave him also liberation like that. So after that, when Krishna played the flute, when Gopis reached there, Krishna said something to the Gopis. O most fortunate ladies, welcome. What may I do to please you? Is everything well in Braja? Please tell me the reason for you coming here. Not finding you at home, your mothers, fathers, sons, brothers, and husbands are certainly searching for you. Yeah, so So sometimes Jio Goswami, he calls Krishna's Parapadeshwarita. It means the tendency of advancing others without oneself falling on adherence to such advices. So it means Krishna now, I'll mention, the tendency of advising others without oneself following or adhering to such advices. So it means Krishna first, like in Bhagavad Gita, it is mentioned that Sarva Dharma Paritijya, Mahavekam Sharanam. Abandon all varieties of religion and just surrender to me. Here, gopis, they surrender to Krishna. And then Krishna is acting like he didn't call them. He is just saying that, what may I do to please you? Why are you here? I didn't call you. And he now is giving the like whole class of how to become a good household wife, one-on-one course. So he's saying that not finding you at home, your mother's, father's, sons, they will be searching for you. And they will, and then he gives the whole class. The highest religious duty of for a woman is to sincerely serve her husband, behave well towards her husband's family, and take good care of her children. Transcendental love for me arises by the devotional processes of hearing about me, seeing my deity form, meditating on me, and faithfully chanting my glories. The same result is not achieved by merely physical proximity. So please go back to your homes. So now Krishna is saying like he first called them, and now he's saying that now please go back. Because he's now saying that what is the duty of a woman? So he's mentioning like you have to do this, you have to take care of your family, husband, children. And if you want love for me, just worship a deity form and meditate on that and chant on lotus, like what we do in Manmanabha also, like that. But here, but Krishna after that he's mentioning that you should not come outside of like that because it's very frightening. It's like a night time, and Vrindavan is like a forest, right? So you should not go alone. It's a very like, and after that he also mentions the same thing, like he gives double meaning answers. So he's saying that it's very night and there is like a lot of flowers. It's very dark. There's a full moon and there is a very big breezing this year, and it's a very nice time. But you should not be here. You should go back. So he's giving two reasons, like to stay also, and he's saying to go back also. So after hearing this whole course of how to become a good wife, the gopis say something.
The beautiful gopi said, O all powerful one, you should not speak in this cruel way. Do not reject us, who have renounced all material enjoyment to render devotional service to your lotus feet. Reciprocate with us, O stubborn one, just as the primeval Lord Sri Narayana reciprocates with his devotees in their endeavors for liberation.
So now gopis are saying that you should not do this to us because now we came here and we after leaving everything we are coming to here. You now saying this. And then they mentioned that post Avarma, just as a primal Lord Sri Narayan reciprocates with his devotees, like tomorrow is the Lord Narasimha or Chaturdashi. So even when every all the demigods like Brahma and everyone went there and they prayed to Lord Vishnu, please come and please take care of this Hiranyakashipu demon. So they didn't, and Krishna said like Lord Vishnu said that I will come, but not now. There will be time. I will come. He came also when Prahlad Maharaj called him, and then whole Narasimha Lila happened with Hiranyakashipu. In the same way, he's saying that even when devotee is calling to Lord Narayan, they are coming and they are reciprocating with the devotees. You are not even doing like that. So they mentioned that do something, and after that they were very sad and they sat on the ground and they were scratching the ground. And so Asharas go deep in that, like what are they doing? Like scratching. So it means they are scratching the ground to find the evidence, like why all the history of all Lord Vishnu and everyone. Like when this thing happened before us, like that. So they were like so much in the sorrow. But Krishna likes to make their devotees little like he likes to tease his devotees. So after doing all this and after hearing the gopis' reaction, Krishna happily agrees.
Sukdev Goswami said, smiling upon hearing these despondent words from the gopis, Lord Krishna, the supreme master of all masters of mystic yoga, mercifully enjoyed with them. Although he is self satisfied, thus the transcendental rasa dance began.
So after hearing all the words of the gopis, Lord Krishna said, I think we should not joke this afterwards. Now we should be serious and we should now please the gopis because I called them and now he after teasing now he is taking pleasure. Like yeah, they are now so now I will take my pleasure by that. So now after he's self-satisfied, but still he's self-satisfied. It's not like that like he wants to enjoy like that. He is Atma. He doesn't want to be like that, but still just to reciprocate with his devotees, just to please that love for them. He is doing his transcendental asanas. So at this point, the whole asanas comes and starts everything that. But there is a plot twist. So this is chapter 29, verse number 14, right? So at the end of the last two verses of this chapter, Shukdev Goswami brings the biggest plot twist.
The Gurus became proud of themselves for having received such special attention from Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and each of them thought herself the best woman on earth. Lord Krishna, seeing the gopis too proud of their good fortune, wanted to relieve them of this pride and show them further mercy. Thus, he immediately disappeared.
Yeah. So as you can see in this picture, like how like Krishna is celebrating each and every gopi. It was mentioned that for every two gopis there was one Krishna, like on left side and right side. So Krishna was dancing with them, and each and every gopi thought like Krishna is dancing with me only. And because they can't see that Krishna was dancing with everyone, but they used to think that Krishna is dancing with me only, and because of that, the pride came like, wow, Krishna is dancing with me because I'm special, like that. So after that, Krishna doesn't like the pride. Whenever comes the pride, he just breaks it. Even when it comes to Indra, when he was like, I am the supreme. How can Lord Vishnu come without telling me that I am coming downstairs to Vrindavan and doing the Govardhan Leela? Brahmaji also thought that, but he raised their pride by doing Govardhan Leela, by doing Brahma Vimohan Leela, like that. But in the same way here, when Krishna saw that gopis are becoming like very proud of themselves by getting that special attention from him, then Krishna said, okay, chalo, I will go back. And so that just to break their pride, he goes. And to show and this mention like the last two sentences like Lord Keshav seeing the gopis too proud of their good fortune wanted to relieve them of this pride to show them further mercy. Thus he immediately disappeared. To show them mercy, he disappeared. So at this point, our chapter is closed. So this is the last verse of the chapter. So I did the whole summary of chapter 29, but I mentioned earlier where is the happy ending because we want to finish the 10th canto, like not 10th canto, this last is the past time with a happy ending. But Shukdev Goswami does here like interval. So in the chapter number 30, gopis, they are now mad. Like we mentioned in the previous verses, like how Survika was mentioning Krishna, Krishna. Like two words, like she's mentioning Krishna twice, so it means she's in ecstasy, right? So here also, they are like mad in separation of Krishna. So what they did, you can say. What's it?
Gopis were so absorbed in the thoughts of Krishna that they started imitating his pastimes. Singing loudly of Krishna, searched for him throughout the Vrindavan forest like a man of madwoman. They even asked the trees about him, who as the super soul is present inside and outside of all created things, just like Krishna.
Yeah. So as you can see in this picture, like how gopis are doing the pastimes. Like you can see this gopis doing the pastime of Kalia, and this gopis doing the Gamalila, like that, and these gopis are doing the other pastimes, like how she's doing as a Krishna, like like. So everyone is doing pastimes here, and they are just imitating because they were doing so much separation of Krishna that they didn't even know that what happened. And it is mentioned that they search for Krishna throughout the Vrindavan forest like a band of madmen. That everyone they are going and they're asking the trees like there is a mango tree, there is a neem tree. They're asking them, have you seen Krishna? Have you seen Krishna? Even so, acharyas they mention that they also try to curse the trees because when they were asking like this like for example there is an apple tree. They are asking tree, have you seen Krishna? So because of the way the tree was shaking, so they thought like he's also making fun of them, like Krishna band his face was like dancing, like see Krishna like that. But they knew that Krishna is like present as a super soul in present inside and outside all created things, just like the sky. But still they were asking like even the Yamuna river and everything. But after that, after searching for this, they found something. They found lotus feet of Krishna and another pair of footprints. And this is the time where Shukdev Goswami posts the pigs, you can say like pig cinema, like that. Because he mentions the guru of his guru of his guru of his guru. His guru is Vyasdev, his guru is Naradpuri, Naradpuri's guru is Brahmaji, Brahmaji's guru is Krishna, Krishna's guru is this special guru. We can recite this verse together. So when they found that Krishna went with someone else, so they found two pairs of footprints, right? So one was Krishna's and one was a pair of some special footprint. So now see who was that. Let's recite this verse. Anayaradi nam Anayarishvara Yamo Vihaya Govinda Vidito Yamanayata.
Certainly, this particular gopi has perfectly worshipped the all powerful personality of Godhead, Govinda, since he was so pleased with her that he abandoned the rest of us and brought her to secluded place.
Yeah. So Shukdev Goswami, out of respect, is not taking the name of the special book. But he was so in ecstasy that he just say the name like Anaya Radhito Loka. So it means who is that? The particular gopis has perfectly worshipped the all powerful personality God and Govinda. So it means like who worships the Krishna in the most possible best way. So that is Srimati Radharani. So this is the only pastime where Shukdev Goswami mentions Srimati Radharani in the whole Srimad Bhagavatam. And he mentioned like several times, but this is the verse like if there is a Radhastami, 99% of times they will use this verse to glorify Srimati Radharani. And in this verse, it is mentioned second line, Rohan Ishwar. If you will just search in the Vedas, this line most of the time Shukdev Goswami recites in most of the verses. Bhagwan Hare Ishwar. Like who is the Bhagwan? Hare. This also Ishwar. And this way, so now gopis are saying that since he was so pleased with her that she abandoned the rest of us and brought her to separate place. So now they are thinking that Krishna wanted to go with her, that's why he left everything. And when they knew, but after that they found something. They went forward, they followed all the footprints. Then they found that the two pair of footprints turned into one. So they thought, okay, so she might have said that Krishna, I'm very tired, please carry me in your arms. So Krishna might have carried her in her arms and he would have taken her somewhere. But it's right and wrong at the same time because that didn't happen. But when Radharani, when she said, Krishna, I'm very tired, please carry me. So he also thought like now Srimati Radharani was also feeling some type of pride. So he also wanted to do the same thing what he did with the gopis, but in a very peaceful way, like a very fun way. So he also left Srimati Radharani and he hired someone. And after that, when all the gopis found the footprints, they found Srimati Radharani. She was crying on the bank of river Yamuna. Under the it is mentioned that she was crying under the light of moon, the way like a blue full moon. So blue full moon is also mentioned as Krishna. So gopis were feeling separation, and at the time they sang the most beautiful song in the Shiva Bhagavatam, which is Gopi. And in that you can see in this picture like how all the gopis are lamenting, how they are carrying Shiva because she was alone and he just left him like that. And Krishna was hiding behind that, he was watching like that. Everything. But after that, this is the verse where Srimati Radharani cries out to Krishna. She calls Krishna. How? Let's say. Anataramana Krishna Kvasi Kvasi Mahapuja Dasya Devi Gamanagri Sakti
She cried out, "O Master, my lover, O dear most, where are you? Where are you? Please, O mighty armed one, O friend, show yourself to me, your poor servant."
Yeah. So it is said that this verse was spoken by Srimati Radharani. And you can say the very first line. It is mentioned Anatha Ramana Krishna. Oh Master, my lover, oh dear, where are you? Where are you? So it is mentioned that these words are very magical, like the Nath and Raman. So if you have heard these names, even the Goswamis of Vrindavan, they name the deities as Gopinath, Radha Raman, like that. So even in the temples of if anyone have gone to our uh, Overwood Goswamis Radha Raman ji, they use these words as the pranam mantra for Radha Raman ji, because this is spoken by Srimati Radharani herself. And you can say this is a golden verse of Shiva Bhagavan, because whenever it is mentioned this verse, they mention that this was spoken by Shiva. In other verses, Shukdev Goswami never takes the name of the gopis out of respect. He says another gopi say, special gopi say, this gopi say. But in this verse, it was completely clear, like who is speaking. And after this prayer, this is in the chapter 30. And after the end of this chapter, gopis start singing the Gopi Gita in chapter 31. So there are total 19 verses of Gopi Gita. And in the first, so there is a summary of the Gopi Gita, so that we don't have that much time to recite all Gopi Gita. We have a summary.
The gopis sang, O Lord, O lover, O cheater, when will we remember your smile, your loving glances, and your pastures with your flowered friends? We became extremely agitated, remembering your lotus feet adorned with locks of blackish hair smeared with the dust of cows. We become irrevocably attached to you. And when we remember how you followed the cows from forest to forest with your tender feet, we feel great pain.
Yeah. So now gopis sang this, but in the mood they were feeling separation. They were sad also, but they were glad also at the same time. So they were saying, "Oh Lord, oh lover, oh cheater." When they remember your smile, your loving glances, and your pastimes with your coward friends, they become extremely agitated. Just by hearing the pastimes, just by looking at Krishna by his sad long glances, if they were just like, yeah, this is the one, and we should just surrender to Krishna like that. But when they found that Krishna is not with them and Krishna left them, so they had very deep sorrow. So there is a very nice verse. We can't recite the whole Gopi, but we have the first verse. We can just recite the first verse out of, because this is in the first verse it is mentioned Shukdev Goswami or the purport. Disciples of Srila Prabhupada, they say that this is the most poetic verses of all in the Gopi. Like all the verses are poetic, but they are mentioning in this particular verse. So we should say. They said, Jayadidikam Janmana Vraja Shayadindira Shaswata Daitadrishritam Dikshutavakas Vaidikastava Swami Simpati.
The gopis said, O beloved, your birth in the land of Raja is made exceedingly glorious, and thus Indira, the goddess of fortune, always resides here. It is only for your sake that we, your devoted servants, maintain our lives. We have been searching everywhere for you, so please show yourself to us.
Yeah. So this very first line, gopis remind Krishna. Jayadidikam Janmana Raja. It means you took birth in the land of Raja, which is very glorious. Even Indira, who is known as the Lakshmi, the goddess of fortune, she also wants to be here. And she's always here because you are here. And it is mentioned because why they are saying land of Raja, because they are also from Raja. So you should not leave like that. And they are saying that if you want, just for the sake of your devotees, just maintain their lives, and they are searching everywhere for you. So please show yourself to us. So we can also take this verse as a prayer to our Gopinath, like through the darshan, and whenever we are far from them. So whenever if you want to take darshan of them in Vrindavan, in Mayapur, or even in New Ramadan, our temple, you can just recite this prayer so that maybe one day if we are far from our temple, we can recite this prayer so that we can come back here and take darshan of our like that. And in the whole after 19 verses, Krishna hears everything hiding behind the tree. He hears the whole Gopi Gita. And after the Gopi Gita is ends, then Krishna takes the entry.
Krishna appears, reappears. Lord Krishna smile on his lotus face appears before the moon. Here in violet and yellow garland, he directly appeared at them who can bewilder the mind of people, who himself dwells in
now, after hearing the whole Gopi Gita, Krishna came back and now he is saying, they are mentioning that how is Krishna. He is wearing a garland and a yellow, he's wearing a garland and a yellow garment, and he appears as the one who can bewilder the mind of people. What I mentioned in the first slide, that he is known as Madan Mohan, who himself bewilders the mind of ordinary people, and he can also bewilder the mind of people. So after that, they are mentioning that Krishna can, Krishna can, and Krishna always can just you can say bewilder the mind of people. Because if you see in school, we have got this example, like if I draw a small line and I can, and if I ask anyone, just take this pen and prove without touching that line that this line is small. So how will you do?
Draw a bigger line.
Yeah, so draw a bigger line. So Krishna in his own style, Krishna in his own rasa, he does his pastime, and he does this to show us that how he is not integral into any lust, because he is Bhagwan, he is a mission, Bhagwan Hari Vishnu. And in also very fun fact that Shruti Goswami starts the last Leela. So when we did the first verse, the first verse starts from Bhagwan, and last verse of the whole last Leela, it has Bhagavad Prita. So he's starting with Bhagwan, landing with Bhagwan. Like that. But after Krishna came back to them, the gopis asked the question.
Some individuals love only those who love them. Some other individuals love even those who do not love them. Some individuals love nobody. Please tell us who is superior among all these individuals. Individuals who love only those who love them are driven by self-interest. Individuals who love even those who do love them are really more compassionate, like parents. This is blemishless love. There are someone who loves nobody, including those who love them. Such individuals are of four types: sages absorbed in samadhi and unaware of the world, those who are self-satisfied, those who are ungrateful, those who are hateful of others.
Yeah. So gopis, now they are also speaking in Krishna's style. Like Krishna, there are so many individuals like they love only to themselves, and there are some individuals who do not love to anyone and they do not want any love from someone. So who is superior? So they are indirectly saying Krishna. Krishna, in best category you falling in this one. So for Krishna also in the subtle mode, he is also answering also. They are asking question and Krishna is answering also like that. Like individuals who love only those are driven by self-interest. So this is like blemishless love. So what kind of individuals are there? So there are sages. We see Shanta Rasa. They are absorbing samadhi. They do not care of anywhere in the world. And who are self-satisfied, those who are uneducated, like who are hateful to others. So these are the four categories. But Krishna, in his subtle mood, is saying that something.
Wait, can you go back? Is this from the purport or translation?
Translation.
Is there a typo in the second line? Because I don't think I know. So individuals who love you, those.
I just I'll send it. Vishnu.
Krishna replies, I do not belong to any of these categories. I am most compassionate, but I do not respond immediately to someone's love and devotion, and do not reveal myself so that they continue to meditate upon me. Just as penniless man who lost his hard-earned, just as a penniless man who lost his hard-earned money continues to meditate upon that money again and again.
Yeah, so Krishna is saying that I'm the most compassionate. I do not belong to any of these categories. So he just immediately says that if you want, just meditate upon me. Just a penniless man who lost his hard-earned money continues to meditate to upon that money again and again. Just like if there's a beggar, he gets $10 in his pocket, but he lost it, so he will go mad to look for it everywhere, like wherever he went, like that, because he wants money. Right? So the same way, we should also is saying that we should also go there and just go for Krishna, like we just lost Krishna, we should go like a beggar who doesn't have any money. And after that, Krishna says that after hearing the Gopi and everything, they are asking like that Krishna, how will reciprocate? But Krishna so know that they are asking this question because they want reciprocation from him, right? But Krishna says something which is opposite to his own words.
I'm not able to repay my debt for your spotless service, even within a lifetime of Brahma. Your connection with me is beyond reproach. You have worshipped me, cutting off all domestic ties, which are difficult to break. Therefore, please let your own glorious deeds be your compassion.
Yeah. So yeah. So in this verse, Krishna is saying that now Bharata. So this is a picture from Shiva Swami. He had a very nice book on this verse specifically. Like how Krishna says, I'm unable to repay you. Krishna says that I will reciprocate with you every time. In Bhagavad Gita also says. But this was so much, there was so much love of gopis that Krishna was not able to pay like by reciprocating with them. He said that I can't do anything. So he said that your connection with me is beyond reproach. You have worshipped me cutting off all domestic ties which are difficult to break. Because in this material world, it's very hard to get out of these attachments of family and career, money, like that. So he said, therefore, please let your own glorious deeds be your compensation. So your own glories are your rewards. So I can't able to pay you anything. But Krishna said, I can do one thing. And it is mentioned that my dad for you is like a for a spotless service. It is mentioned, not like service, not like a very great service, it is spotless service. Even within a lifetime of Brahma, he is not able to pay. So lifetime of Brahma is 100 celestial years. So if we say there are 4 yugas, so 4 yugas like that, 71 times. So 71 times of 4 yugas means one Divya yuga. So 71 times in is called one Manvantara. So that time of 14 Manvantaras is called one day of Brahma and is same as one night of Brahma. One night of Brahma. So it is the same like even this within a lifetime of 100 years, I can't pay back. But Krishna says, I can do one thing, I can start adjustments again. Which is proof.
The Rasa dance begins again. The festive Rasa dance commenced, with the gopis arrayed in a circle. Lord Krishna expanded himself and entered between each pair of gopis, and as that master of mystic power placed his arms around their necks, each girl thought he was standing next to her alone. The demigods and their wives were overwhelmed with eagerness to witness the Rasa dance, and they soon crowded the sky with their hundreds of celestial airplanes.
Yeah. So after the Rasa started again, all the movies they were very happy and the whole Rasa happened. And even that it was so beautiful to see. And the demigods they came with their wives in the airplane, you can see the picture. Like how everyone is coming and they're just taking darshan and then offering the flowers and everything and they're playing. And even it is mentioned that it was so crowded, like hundreds of celestial airplanes. So they are not from like our what can I say, Emirates or like Air Canada. They were like celestial airplanes. So it was mentioned that for each pair of or partial introduction, same thing. And sorry, the purport of first canto is mentioned as the same thing what Shukdev Goswami mentioned in this chapter number 33, verse number 39. Like anyone who faithfully hears or describes the Lord's playful affairs, so he will attain Lord's pure devotional service. That's the main motto. And he will quickly so become sober and conquer the lust, which is the disease of our hearts. So in that way, Shukdev Goswami narrates this whole pastime and how Srila Prabhupada, he also repeats the same words of our acharyas. Because he is not changing anything, he is using the same words of Shukdev Goswami. But he mentioned earlier in the first canto, in the book, because he also likes to hear in the morning only we sang in the Purvashtam. Like Shri Radhika Madhavayo Akmara, Madhurya Leela, Godarupa. The spiritual master loves to hear the conjugal pastimes of Krishna and Radha like that. And he helps devotees to understand them so that they can come with lust and become attached to the devotional service of Krishna. So with that, I'll pause and if there is any mistake or any bad thing you found in this verse, like a typo error, it belongs to me. And if there is anything good you found in this whole presentation, it belongs to Prabhupada, Gurujanas, Radha Kishore Gopinath, and Mani Prabhu, because of him the whole class happened, because he was going to give this class, but I requested him and he gave me permission to speak. So it belongs to him also. So thank you very much.
Haribo.
Any comments, feedback, correction?
I think you did a very good job, Prabhu. Beautiful. I mean, I we would not have ended it like this. We would have just ended with the suspense that okay, what happens in Rasa dance? We don't know. But you beautifully described it and also like explained it very well. What happened, the moods of Krishna, gopis, what the acharyas said. And it was beautifully compiled. Presentation amazing. And
Actually, there is a very nice coincidence that I heard this class in last Kartik. I heard a very nice series of presentation by very concept. And in that, yesterday I was looking at the same class again just to get ready on this for this class. And guess what? Who was the host of the class?
who was it?
Who and Priya Balaji.
Haribo.
So it was like this is the reciprocation from Krishna, like how he is maintaining us and he is doing like he's planning and he's doing like whatever is going to happen next, right? So this was maybe by your mercy, by mercy of Krishna, this thing happened. Because he might wanted to hear this about it happened, right? So that we can go back to first time.
Yes. I was preparing for my class, and Rohan Prabhu walks in with his laptop, and he's like, Prabhu. He was very persuasive. He's like, Prabhu, we should finish this pastime. And it's not nice. I was trying my best. No, Prabhu, we have to prepare our consciousness for Nashima Chaturasi. So we were going back and forth. And then one point I realized, no, I think this is Krishna's plan. He wants to hear this pastime. So I was like, okay, Prabhu, I cannot do it. You do it. And again, he was like, Prabhu, no, you do it. I was like, Prabhu, please do it. So then he finally agreed to do this pastime. And I think we all are happy, satisfied, and very grateful to you for your presentation. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We also